Hi guys, it's Ulf. First, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties we had with the last workouts, two in a row actually, but I'm quite confident that we sorted it out. At the moment, I can see myself moving on the screen. That's a good sign. But welcome back, anybody. As you might already know, we have a regular schedule up now, and I will be teaching almost every day. For the technical classes, people who already trained with me know uh, it will not be physically so challenging. If you want to sweat with me, if you want to have a challenge, go for the classes of Thursday or Sunday, which are called core. Yeah. But let's get right into it. Like last Wednesday, I want to focus on leg work today again. I start with some simple things for almost everybody, even complete beginners, and then go to some more complicated leg work later. But I think as we just move some feet for the beginning, we don't need specific warm-up. Although, if you prefer to warm up for every session or something, I recommend that you do it for yourself before. Because when we have a limited time here, you don't need me to rope skip with you or do push-ups or anything. So let's get right into it. First, I want some basic foot movement forward and backward, which is normally done very subconscious. But if you do it only subconscious, your opponent can read your moves. So make yourself conscious about how and when you move your legs. We start with a simple jab. Together with the jab, we turn the hip and we only raise the foot. Don't think of advancing. We only raise the foot. If we raise the foot and push the hand out from the hip, then we advance just a little. Yeah? The most common mistake with moving on the legs is that with the punch, you lean on your front leg. Especially in MMA, as soon as you commit your center of gravity in a certain direction, it makes you vulnerable for something. So you might do this in order to gain more momentum, in order to gain more power, okay, but often it's not the best idea. Yeah? You have to choose when to commit. And if you're not aware when you do it, and your opponent or maybe his coach can read you, then you're in trouble. So just this foot pushed from the hip. We raise the foot like this. We push the hip. Here, we extend the fist. Then we recoil. Same motion. Out, in, out, in, out, in. All right? Once we did this, out, we go in. We do it a second time, out, but this time we pull this foot. So we did advance just by 1 foot, approximately 1 foot. Out, in, out, follow. All right? And out, in, out, follow. Watch my balance. Out, in, out. Even now, I'm not committed. I'm not leaning on my front leg. And let's do it together. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. And slowly again. Out, back, out. Watch your balance, follow. Let's switch stances. Yeah? I held a longer monologue about stances and why and how last week. So if you're really interested and you didn't see it, watch that part. And out and back, out and follow. Oh, that was a little quick. And out, back, out, follow. The most important thing for any punch or kick is that your center of gravity is in some point involved. It may be by advancing, but then you're committing. You're not mobile anymore. Or it may be by turning. If I turn the hip just slightly, I use a lot of my body mass in the direction of my punch. Out, in, out, follow. Yes? And out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. All right? Slow again. Out, in, out, follow. Yeah? All right. Same thing, now backwards. When we punch the jab, in order to have the jab taken seriously, there has to be some power, some punching power behind it. So it's not an option to retreat while jabbing. As soon as your opponent understands that you're just showing off and you're not committing to the jab anymore, he will advance, or in any way he will take advantage of it. All right, so when I go out with this foot, I still commit my hip into the punch here. Yeah? There's a slight turning and moving forward from this hip. Out, in, out, in. In order to achieve this, I have to have my knee pushing forward slightly. Push, here. Yeah? Most common mistake when you punch and you retreat is that the knee is not going in. If my knee stays here and I do this, you can see my whole body moving away from my punch. And no punch anymore. So, out, in, out, follow. Yeah? You see? Only with the follow, my body is retreating. All right, and again. Out, in, out, follow. You should feel the same distribution of weight after you did that step. Out, in, out, follow. Let's get a little quicker. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. And out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. Other side. And out, in, out, follow. Same position, same distribution of weight. Out. Oh, my fault. Sorry, guys. Out, in, out, follow. Out, back in, out, follow. All right? A little quicker. Out, in, out, follow. Yeah? If you do this correctly and you do it with some speed, it should feel like sliding. Yeah? Not like jumping or something, like sliding. Like your center of gravity is like moved by a gyroscope. Okay, now we combine those to a drill. And the drill is we go forward. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. Forth and back. Okay, now I really lost it. It's really hard to think of the next move already then. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. All right? Very slowly again. Out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. If you do this forth and back, as you saw, by me mixing it up instantly, because I have to think of you in the next move and things I say, it becomes really challenging. If you teach your body to do those motions, to do this coordination between punching and moving the hip automatically, then it's really, really helpful for you to think about other things, like, for example, read your opponent. We change stances again, and out, in, out, follow. Out, in, out, follow. It's a simple drill, doesn't take much space. Yeah? And teaches you how to move your hip with the jab. All right. Yeah, I'm constantly thinking of one comment one of the viewers, Darina, made, and she said her neurons instantly started growing. That's exactly the feeling you should ideally have after my class. If you feel like your brain is exhausted and not your body, then you did everything right, then you focused. Yeah? So don't just copy my motions. Think and feel, perceive your body. We do it a few more times. I'm switching. Yeah? Whole body is in motion. Yeah? Of course, normally you will not use this as a combination. Just punch the jab over and over, move forth and back. You will only use excerpts of that. Yeah? But which one is totally different. And so the whole drill makes absolute sense, but not if you do it continuously. Like if you stand in the ring and do 6 jabs with moving forth and back. But I think I don't need to tell you. So now we use the right or the backhand with it. We go out, and when we retract the foot, we punch the right hand. Out and in with the right hand. Yeah? It's totally possible at that time, and it's absolutely coordinated with the motions, with the momentums you create. Out and in. Out and in. Yeah? Once your opponent thinks you're very defensive, you're like, just stepping in and feeling him out. Then and in, here. Yeah? Out and in. Same for the next step. Out, in, out, follow. Again, in this, it's not a combination for a fight, it's a drill. Elements of this are very good for fighting. So, we switch stances. Watch my hip again. Here. I want to really, really twist the hip, tilt it into this direction. Ideally, my backhand gets more range. If I'm here, my backhand wants to reach slightly further. I'm still in balance here. Also, punch, follow. That's quite common. I think everybody who has had more than 3, 4, 5 lessons already did the combination of a 1, 2 advancing. And you may ask yourselves, why not punch the backhand every time? Why not use every punch possible? Because we don't want to develop rhythm. And by leaving out punches that are totally possible and even make sense, we make our opponent guess when and if we punch. Because if you use every punch you have, like, first you develop rhythm, you develop patterns and habits that go subconscious, and you're very easy to read. And the second thing is that my opponent always knows when I'm attacking. Yeah? So if I'm moving, I'm simply moving around. Sometimes I do foot movements that absolutely resemble those of punching, but I'm not punching. My opponent always has to guess, when do I punch, when don't I? That's very, very important to apply pressure. Pressure or initiative is really, really important for MMA, especially in stand-up. And if you if you manage to gain the initiative, to direct the fight, as long as you can control what's happening or when something is happening, you have a huge advantage. But don't be fooled, in more experienced fighting, often people get knocked out because they think they understand how the attacker or the guy with the initiative is moving. Anyway, we're going back to out, in, here, out, in, and back. But now we take the backhand also. All right? Yeah, okay. For example, this time I started with the right foot in front. Was that right? I don't think so. Now I got it. Nope, that's not it. All right? I think you got the rhythm. So much for the basics. Again, if you do this really, really slowly, keep one hand extended. If we do punching combinations on a sandbag, shadow boxing, or with a partner, we always instantly retract the punches. Here, here. Always. We stand like this. We never leave the arm extended. But if I'm slowing down the process of learning a new motion, new movement, then pattern, then what we will do later, or what I want you to do later. So when you do this bit by bit, let's repeat it. Here, keep this arm extended. This arm only retracts when this one punches, because later it becomes a fluid, continuous motion. Now, this one again, that again, and back. Keep it extended, keep this one extended, go back and follow. All right? So, punch, punch the other hand, punch, follow. Back, other hand, back, follow. Yes? If you break it down that slow and you focus, you will learn quickly. Okay, let's make it a little more interesting to the people already very, or not very, but advanced. Doing something like this is not very challenging, and also it's incomplete, because our combination or our attack should never end by just advancing. Boom, 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 here, going in and staying here. Better than jumping back out, but not complete. From here, we want to slide into an angle. So we do the combination as follows. In, out, in, follow. And then we did that last week. We dodge, put the foot out, and slide to the side. Imagine there are 3 rails, 2 that you are walking on, and the third to the side. So that this leg switches from the outside rail to the middle rail. And this leg, which was in the middle rail, is sliding to the outside rail. Imagine 3 rows. From here, punch, punch, follow. And now, outside rail, middle rail. The other side, and the middle. All right. Punch, go back, punch, punch, dodge, switch rails. Right? Show you from the side. Punch, go back, punch, punch, dodge, change rails. And slowly again. Here. I retract the punch. Then I punch a 1, 2, advancing. Now, I lower my center of gravity, and my weight still stays on that leg. I'm just putting this leg outside. I'm dodging, changing from the outside to the middle rail where that leg stood before. All right? Here. If you end a combination with a change of rails or with an angle, then you still have pressure. And even if you don't attack, your opponent can't simply counterattack because you're not in the same angle that you attacked. I'm attacking here, and when I'm done attacking, I step aside. So you have to adjust to me, to my new position. With this dodging maneuver, I also buy myself time, because while my opponent has to redirect his angle, I can think if I attack another, like takedown, punch, kick, whatever, or not. But still, I have the possibility. And so the pressure still is on. If I'm doing the same thing, and then just jumping around, walking back, my opponent immediately senses he is out of danger for the moment, and it's his turn. Never, never, never. If it's at any idea possible, give up the pressure. If it's just standing too close for your opponent, if your opponent wants you to stay in this distance and you step in by 1 foot, you have pressure. And you're starting to challenge him for the initiative. If he doesn't act, you have the initiative. Here. I'll switch stances again. Punch, retract, punch, punch, follow, change rails. I hope that you can clearly see that I'm always trying to keep my balance and to keep my center of gravity in the center of my position. I'll do it slow again. Punch, retract, balance, same as before. Punch, punch, balance. Dodge, I'm in balance here. Switch rails. Yes? Very important. Okay, a few more times. Now, with that switching of rails or angling, as I said, you buy time. And so when you come up on the outside on the other rail, punching, punching here. For example, when I pull that foot in, I can use my hip from here. I can use it to punch here. I can use it to kick here. I can use it to slide in to takedown. From the other side, I'm going in, down. And now, when I switch here, I can easily turn my hip in. Yeah? Not that much, it's just to demonstrate it very, very clearly. Yes. I can, of course, also turn this way and kick. Or from here, I turn and go in for the takedown. Also, with the takedown, I'm still in balance. I'm moving forward here. I'm not leaning in. Let's see from the side. Punch, punch, dodge, and when I come up, I can punch here. I can, for example, kick here. Yes? Or I can also shoot. Punch, punch, dodge, walk in. Yeah? Watch my body here. I can either shoot this or even low shoot like that. Okay. Whole combination. Punch, retract, punch, punch, dodge, come up, and punch a jab again. Yes? All my combinations are not mandatory, but exemplary. I do the same foot movements with a different punch now. Like, I'm advancing, retracting, punching 3 times, going down here, punching, and using the backhand. I use the exact same footwork. Yes? I'm just advancing with the foot to lure him in. Then I go back, punch, punch, punch again, dodge. And when I come up, I'm already using the other fist together with the hip to go in. Absolute identical footwork, totally different combination and different rhythm. This is what I want you to understand. Yes? I'm going for more or less examples, and you find new solutions, individual solutions. People prefer hook shots or straight shots. Maybe I'm more looking for shoots. Could be, anyone? Or are looking to set up a good kick or a good knee. Totally depends. Yes? You will develop your preferences, but when you understand that you are developing a preference, always train an alternative. If you develop preferences and you don't have alternatives, again, people will read you. If you can switch to an alternative that you normally don't use, you're really, really hard to predict, and that wins fights. Yes? The greatest Bruce Lee said, unexpected moves are hard to counter. I would even say unexpected moves from expected positions are impossible to counter. All right, so again, I just go in, retract, punch, do 2 more punches, dodge, and when I come up, I punch the right hand. So this hip is turning into the punch. Again, in the other stance. I'm just stepping in. When I step back, I punch. 2 more punches, dodge. When I come up, I have to turn the hip in here. Yes? Here. Dodge, punch. Like last week, let's do 2 versions with kicks now. I'll go back to the simple way of punching, following up, going down, and now when I come up here, I use the same hip motion that I used for the hand for the kick. Other side. All right, from the side. Here. Nope. Too quick for this side. All right. Another idea is to do a sweeping inside low kick. Here, 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 and go through. As it is an inside low kick, we really want to kick from down to up. My opponent stands like this, so the inside low kick is supposed to lift his leg with my shin. In, out, double in, dodge, and now turn, kick upwards. If you don't hit, turn around. If this kick is taken seriously by yourself, then you will not be able to stop it and pull it back. You're much quicker if you turn around if you don't hit your target. So, from the side. And slow again. I switch sides. I'll quicken. All right. What's new now? Of course, we can lay the rail on the other side. I go in, out, double in, and then I can use that leg again and move slightly diagonally. Again, think of 3 rails. Middle rail, outside rail. Here, going here, switching to this side is what we did before. Now we lay the rail there. Here, 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 this. Yeah. This is what we did so far. Now we do this. Same principle applies. As I move with my center of gravity to the outside and lower it, I totally have control as long as I move in balance to turn my hip where I want to. So, to give a lot of torque into any technique. We did here, for example. Now we go in this direction. Same thing. Here. And this direction again. Just the jab. And dodge. I'll show it from the side again. Now I move to this side. See, my hip is going in anyway. I'll do it again very slowly to the new side. Dodging this direction, now pushing from here. Pushing in. And at the end of the punch, I use the torque of my hip to be in balance afterwards. I can move anywhere. That's important. Let's try the other side. Here. Or here. Yeah? I hope this is understood. That's the principle of angling and changing rails. What we did last time too, I will do as the last exercise for today, which is called half stepping. So imagine now all 4 rails laid out. So I have those rails I'm actually using at the moment, and on each side there's another rail laying. So I can go this way, back to the middle, or this way. If I'm using the half step, I make my opponent believe I do this, and then I start pushing hard from that side. So this is the control layer, this is the rail, this is the rail. 1, 1, 2, making him believe I'm going here, pushing hard from here, and standing on those 2 rails. You see, this leg is where that leg was before. See? Now, I actually do this. I'll do it slow again. Here. And here I can decide whether to change rails like I did before or not. This is the main reason why I lower my center of gravity so much, in order to be mobile at this point. I'll do the same thing in the other direction. Here. And now I decide to switch to the other two rails. All right? Let's make an exercise. And out, in, out, follow, switch, step outside, change to the other rail. Other direction. Yeah. I think I'm doing this for decades, but I think it's not that easy, so I'll slow it down a little more. Now I decide which foot I take. I can take this foot out, go here. Or from here, instead of taking this foot out, I take this foot out. And I can go to this direction and follow, or push myself and be here. If you are able just to understand those four rails and how to switch between those rails without losing stability or balance, you only need your two straight punches and you will be very, very dangerous in stand-up fighting, even if you don't use anything else. Because you're working on different levels, on different heights. You're working here. Of course, each time I'm down here, I can punch. Yeah? This is why it's so important to stay in balance and not to lean out with my upper body here. Yeah? You're almost unpredictable. You have powerful punches from any angle. So if you have the patience, practice this a lot. I'll just reduce it to the two advancing steps now and to the side steps. Advance, advance, lower, step out, change. Then advance, advance, step out, push hard, and change to the other side. I keep the same stance. Advance, advance, boom, boom, here. Again, advance, advance, here, change angle. And advance, advance, here, push out hard, come up here. If you want to use the side steps only, if you want to use the half steps, always lower your center of gravity and set the foot out. Don't put your weight on the foot. Same, you're not supposed to do when walking forward or walking backward. The mistake is always the same. And it's a subtle one. It's a subtle one. You might need a mirror and you might to be very, very focused to make it work. So don't rush through it. Don't think like, okay, I want to do 50 repetitions in 5 minutes. That's totally wrong. That's not how you learn technique. You learn technique by repeating it slowly, by feeling inside your body where the mistakes are, and not by covering them with speed. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it, and I even broke into sweat. I hope you did too. So see you earliest opportunity tomorrow for the core workout. Else Friday is the ground workout, and so on. Check the schedule. Bye, guys. Hmm?